synthesized chemicals that the World Health Organization now says should not be used to control weight or prevent disease. Your childhood favorites no longer taste the way you remember. More importantly, they no longer contain what you think they contain. Here are 9 UK soft drink brands you must avoid and 3 safer alternatives worth switching to. Number 9, Lucozade Original. You probably grew up seeing this on the shelf at the chemist. Orange bottle, bright label, the drink your mum brought you when you were poorly as a child. In 2016, Liverpool City Council put Lucozade on a poster, not to celebrate it, to name and shame it. They ran the campaign in hospitals and GP surgeries across the entire city. 62 grams of sugar in a single 500 milliliter bottle, more than Coca-Cola. The drink was publicly declared the worst offender among British soft drinks. Within 12 months, the recipe had been completely changed. Here is what they replaced it with. Aspartame and acesulfame K, 2 artificial sweeteners. And in 2023, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified aspartame as possibly carcinogenic. The bottle now carries a mandatory warning that the colouring may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. Let that sit for a moment. For a drink sold in pharmacies carrying a child safety warning on the label, and it gets significantly worse than that. For nearly a century, British diabetes charities recommended Lucozade Original as emergency treatment for hypoglycemia in insulin users. The glucose content acted fast enough to prevent dangerous blood sugar crashes. Since 2017, those same charities explicitly warn diabetics not to use Lucozade for hypos. The artificial sweeteners do not raise blood sugar. A diabetic following outdated advice today could end up hospitalized. Lucozade still markets itself as an energy drink that helps you get through busy days. The vitamin B3 content supposedly reduces tiredness and fatigue. What they do not mention is that a 500 milliliter bottle still delivers 33 grams of sugar alongside the artificial sweeteners. You are consuming both sugar and chemicals designed to replace sugar in the same drink. They reformulated just enough to dodge the sugar tax threshold of 8 grams per 100 milliliters, then filled the sweetness gap with laboratory compounds. A 500 milliliter bottle costs approximately £1.75 at most major supermarkets. You're paying nearly £2 for flavoured water, artificial sweeteners, synthetic colouring that carries a child safety warning, and just enough sugar to make the whole thing legally tax compliant. If you think a drink with child safety warnings on the label is troubling, wait until you hear about the company that was prosecuted for lying about vitamin C. Number 8, Ribena Blackcurrant. Ribena has been selling itself as a healthy choice for children since 1938. Wartime nutrition, real black currants, vitamin C for growing children. The branding has not changed much in 86 years. The reputation nearly collapsed in 2004. 2 secondary school students in New Zealand tested Ribena for a science project. What they found was almost undetectable levels of vitamin C in Ribena ready to drink. This was a product built entirely on advertising that claimed blackcurrants contained 4 times the vitamin C of oranges. The story went national. The Commerce Commission brought 15 charges against GlaxoSmithKline. GSK pleaded guilty. The fine was $217,000. GSK insisted the issue only affected Australia and New Zealand, and that UK products contained stated vitamin C levels. The damage to the brand's health credentials was permanent, regardless. That was the company's track record before the sugar tax even arrived. When the sugar tax came, Suntory reformulated Ribena yet again. Acesulfame K and sucralose were added to replace some of the sugar content. Some promotional materials continued claiming no artificial sweeteners. The ingredient list on the actual bottle listed both acesulfame K and sucralose clearly. Marketing on the front of the pack was saying one thing. The label on the back was saying something else entirely. That inconsistency is still creating confusion for consumers today. Now look at the fruit content. 6% blackcurrant juice from concentrate. The remaining 94% is water, sugar, thickeners, acidity regulators, extracts, flavourings, and 2 artificial sweeteners the brand said were not in there. The marketing emphasises real fruit and blackcurrant heritage. The ingredient list tells you that almost everything in the bottle is not blackcurrant. A 4-pack of 500ml bottles costs approximately £4 at Sainsbury's. £1 per bottle for 6% fruit juice, 2 artificial sweeteners that were not in the original formula, and a company with a court-documented history of misleading consumers about what is inside the drink. At least Ribena never sparked a national campaign to save the recipe. The next drink caused such outrage that customers began stockpiling cases before the original disappeared forever. Number 7.